Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grid Finder Nostalgia Cup Series presented by PRA. I am Justin Phoenix, your host, and tonight we are at Daytona International Raceway for the running of our version of the Daytona 500 from 2008. So it's the 2008 Daytona International Raceway, and it's with the Gen 4 NASCAR Cup Series race car. We want to thank our partners at Grid Finder for really putting this together with us for the second season. Last season, we saw total dominance from Jacob Schneider, who won every single race but one in the entire season. And his teammate Landon Lacey won the other race. Those were the only two winners of the entire season. Well, this season, we got a whole new roster. We got a whole new pack of cars, and I don't see Jacob Schneider in the field. If he comes out here right before we start, then he'll be here. But, yeah, it looks like we're going to have finally a new winner here in the Gen 4 Cup Series. So we want to thank you guys for coming here with PRA, and we're going to get the first look. You saw a little bit of it if you tuned in at the beginning of the broadcast. But here's the first look at the cars on the track during practice. There's 16 minutes left of the rest of practice. I apologize. I am out of practice. It's been about a month and a half, maybe 2 months since I've broadcasted. But I'm here. And hopefully Jacob O'Keefe will join me in the booth here tonight, but if not, I will hold the fort here. So, I just have to be honest with the whole broadcast. I don't know anybody on this roster other than who was here last season. And some of them that are from other series that we've raced. But other than that, I don't know a lot of these new people. AJ Bradenberg, I don't know him. William Bowman, don't know him. Tad Granger, some new faces. Kevin Bowley, Corey Lockey, Jason Cardwell. Derek Prater's been here. He's from Sunset Bend. Yeah, let's see. Don Schleim, I guess is how you say your name. I apologize. I haven't practiced any of these. Joffrin Elkins and Nick Parrott. That is your top 20 in practice right now. Yeah, we got a big field here tonight. It is exciting. And with that being said, let's give you some insight. We are at the 08 Daytona International Raceway. So this is the bumpy track. This is before they paved it. This would be the version of the track that the car of tomorrow would have raced on in 2008. But these are not the car of tomorrow. It's the Gen 4, which was the generation of cars before that. And just some highlights on the Gen 4 car. They have 725 horsepower. They weigh 3,400 pounds. 4-speed manual H pattern. There's a lot of throttle management that goes into these cars. You don't want to stab the gas. You're going to spin it out doing that. There's a little trick called quiet hands with a minimal smooth steering inputs, because overdriving entries will prevent the car from loading, which actually hinders the turning ability. On tracks like Charlotte and New Hampshire, which we'll probably see Charlotte later this season, I haven't even looked at the schedule. I am sorry. I have been completely off for the last 2 months. I have been so busy with work, and I apologize for that. I've been trying to cram for the last hour to an hour and a half on everything I need to know for tonight. So it has been a little bit tricky. So yes, on June 15th we are going to Charlotte. So Charlotte is on the schedule. I apologize for not knowing that right off the bat. And at most of the tracks, they're going to have tire conservation with these cars. So with that being said, my favorite for tonight is the one that's on top of the board, Matthew Bird. He dominated last season in our street stocks and our late model stocks quite a bit. His first season ever here with us in PRA, and it was a doozy for sure. He definitely came in hot. Won the championship in I think it was the late model stocks. Yeah, and actually he won the Crown Jewel Championship. I just wanted to check that. Late model stocks champion was Landon Lacey, so I apologize for missing that. But the overall champion was Matthew Bird, his rookie season here in PRA, and he gets a championship already under his belt. All right, with that, let's move on to some data here. We are at Daytona. This is one of the most prestigious races in the world. Next to Monaco and Indy, Daytona is probably one of the most popular races in history. Tonight we will see some in-race reporters. So there are some that we may pull in during the race to just get a insight from. I'm looking over the roster right now. I don't know everybody's Discord name, and I see someone that's in the chat who isn't on the roster. So I have no idea who that is in the in-race reporter chat. So I used to be the one to take care of all the rosters, so I had them memorized pretty well. But yeah, I don't know who Dippin 3179 is. I don't know who that is. So they're in the in-race reporters. I don't know who that would actually be. All right. Some insight and some highlights for the Daytona 500. 1979 was when the most famous Daytona 500 race was ran. And that's when Bobby Allison and Cale Yarborough wrecked in the infield on the final lap, and they began to fight in the infield. And that was like the talk of the whole season, and that's really what springboarded NASCAR to the national scene. I'm sorry, I'm struggling. Richard Petty won that race. In 1976, there was a battle between David Pearson and Richard Petty for the win. They crashed in turn 4 on the final lap as Pearson limped his wrecked car across the line at 30 miles per hour to win after Petty's car stalled. That was an exciting one. Dale Earnhardt in 1998, he won the Daytona 500 after losing it for 20 years. The famous line from Mike Joy, 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. He finally got it. And when he won it, everybody on pit road came out to congratulate him. It was such an amazing time. And I was a teenager at the time, and I can remember how excited I was to see my driver win the race. Yes, I was a Dale Earnhardt fan. I am not even going to apologize about that. And yeah, I can remember jumping up and down in my living room, and I accidentally our ceilings were pretty low, and I jumped up so high I hit my fist on the ceiling and bloodied my knuckles. That was a story for the next day at school. But yeah, I'll never forget Earnhardt winning the '98 Daytona 500. And then the 2007. Well, this is the last highlight we'll get on this 2007, because this is the '08 version of Daytona. So we're going to focus on nostalgia. And 2007 was the closest finish in history at that time. Was Kevin Harvick and Mark Martin by .02 seconds. That was another one where everybody was really hopeful Mark Martin would finally get a Daytona 500 victory, but it didn't happen. Harvick denied him. And so here's some things to look for during this race. There are 29 drivers in this field. That is the most we've had since our very first race ever as an iRacing league. The very first race we had as an iRacing league, we had 32 drivers. So if we can get up to 32, we will be tying the record. But this is the most we've had in recent history. So this is awesome. To my knowledge, if there's something that has happened in the GT series, I'm sorry if I misspoke. If somebody knows any information on that, you can put it in the broadcast team channel, and I'll correct myself. But from my knowledge, 32 is our highest car count ever. So we're 3 away from that in tonight's race. That's impressive. So one thing that we will have to look for with 39 cars in the field is the big one. We've had a lot of recruitment races where it's been a lot of wrecks. We've found that many people have a hard time with the bumps, bouncing around and trying to stay locked onto each other while drafting. That is going to be a challenge for tonight's race. So they need to watch out for that. They need to be careful with that. You don't always get locked up on someone's bumper with these cars. So these cars don't stay planted like the modern gen car does. So that's one thing to watch out for, the big one. Fuel saving. We'll see through the middle stages of this race, we might see people fuel saving to try to make it to the end. And there, in my opinion, I'm going to highlight that because I just saw it right here. This is the most beautiful car on the whole track. We're going to ride. We're going to ride rear chase. The PRA car right there. Most beautiful car on the track. Cody Johnson, the head of PRA, is the driver of this car. I'm going to be rooting for him. Just so you know, because I love that car. Red and black's my favorite color, and 13 is my favorite number. So I'm a little bit biased to this car right here on the track. The only thing is I'm not biased toward is the Taurus symbol. I'm not a Ford guy, but that's okay. I'll look past that. And so, with that being said, we will go on to the yellow line rule. That is something that we will be watching for. That is going to be at play tonight. The yellow line rule goes as follows. If you try to dive down below the yellow line to make a pass on someone, you will have to give back that position or be penalized. I don't know exactly if that's how it's worded in the rules, but that's how it is in NASCAR, so I'm hoping I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong in the broadcast team chat. And drafting. This is the number one thing we got to watch for tonight's race. Drafting. Tonight, it's all going to be about who can get the momentum at the right time at the right place. And that is on the front stretch coming to the start-finish line. Who can get the momentum before crossing the start-finish line and winning that race on the final lap. That's what this race in real life is 200 laps, but that last lap's the only lap that matters. Get to that last lap, survive to that last lap. Don't get involved in the big one, all that stuff. And get it to the last lap and make that last lap count. And before the qualifying begins, I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be right back and I will hopefully be with you for the rest of the broadcast. Be right back. I am back. Sorry about that. Aaron Fontaine is in the in-race reporter chat. How's it going, buddy? How's practice?
It's going all right so far. Just getting some reps in, making sure I don't wreck the car. That's going to be a lot of it. And then see how it comes down to pit stops and cautions and all the good stuff.
So we got 29 cars in the field. That's the most we've had since the very first race ever in iRacing PRA that I know of. This is the formula for the big one. Do you think it's going to happen?
Probably, given given how these cars handle at Daytona and how rough the surface is, all it takes is one little hiccup and it all goes south. So we'll see how it goes. I know I put in the chat that there's 29 drivers, but a few more have joined, and there's actually 33 now.
Oh, so we broke our record.
I'm assuming so. Yes.
All right, it's saying, yeah, there we go. There we got. Thank you, Aiden, for watching. There was no in-game audio, so glad I saw that.
That's not good.
Yep. Well, anyway, good luck tonight in the Dr. Pepper number. Well, actually, you're not Dr. Pepper tonight, are you?
Nope, I am running with Prodigy Racing, so we'll see how the team goes.
You and Rodney are on the same team. It's qualifying. I'm going to let you go so you can focus. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you much.
You're welcome. That's Aaron Fontaine. He is our in-race reporter for tonight. If there's anybody else that wants to do that, I'll see them in there. I want to pull in as soon as I can see. Daniel Blanco is not out there yet. I was going to talk about the Grid Finder car because this is the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series. We're thankful again for Grid Finder joining us in partnership on this series. I am not a professional broadcaster, but next week I should have SDK, so your broadcast graphics might be better. I will have to learn how to use the program, so I'm looking forward to that. Aaron Fontaine's going to walk me through it. And we may be live on Grid Finder's YouTube. I'm not 100% sure about that yet either. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to watch these cars go around as they do qualifying for now. I would be shocked to see someone new on the top of the leaderboard. We do not have Jacob Schneider or Landon Lacey tonight. All right. Thank you, Aiden Butler from Grid Finder. I'm talking to him behind the scene here, and so next week we will most likely be live on Grid Finder's YouTube, but we will still be live on PRA's Twitch, so you can see us on both channels. And we can upload the recording later. 2 a.m. You are a trooper, buddy. It's going to be about 4 a.m. by the time this race is over for you. And there's the Grid Finder car. There's Daniel Blanco. We're going to ride on board with Daniel Blanco in the Grid Finder, number 57. Riding on board still with the Grid Finder car. Again, we appreciate all the work that was done during the off season here to get the recruitment going. Jake Raven is on the point right now. For the first race of the season, we have not seen Jake Raven in a while, for a couple of seasons here at PRA. Will he have the pole position going into the Daytona 80? It looks like Jake Raven is going to be your pole sitter. Oh my goodness, what happened to my overlay? Okay. My overlay quit. That's great. But Jake Raven gets the pole, and he breaks my entire system while doing so. I apologize for that. That was weird. As soon as that was over, I got to pull my graphics back up here. Hopefully it's not broken. There we go. We're by P7 already. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. Hey, I told you I'm getting SDK next week, so hopefully all my issues will be done. Jake Raven on the pole. Don Schlim Jr. second. Thomas Coonan third. David Nannon fourth. Derek Prater fifth. Randy Poling in sixth. Chucky Walden seventh. Nick Parrott in eighth. Matthew Burton ninth. Jerry Hendrickson in 10th. 11th is Devin Wallen. 12th is Ian Jesus. I'm sorry. 13th is Nicholas Serkeski. 14th is Kevin Boley. 15th, Joey Kuba. 16th, Bryce Patterson. 17th, William Bowman. 18th, Cody Johnson. 19th, Tad Granger. 20th, Caleb Weimer. 21st, Rodney Roberts. 22nd, Aaron Fontaine. Teammates side by side for tonight's race. Mark Radowski in the 87 and 23rd. Joffrin Elkins in 24th. Garrett Hubbard, 25th. Daniel Blanco in 26th. Riley Frost, 27th. Cody Thorne in 28th. Joe Robert, 29th. Ted Newman in 30th. AJ Bradenberg in 31st. Jason Cardwell in 32nd. JD Biddle, 33rd. Corey Lockey, 34th, and the 35th position, and the new record for the most cars in the field in a PRA event. Robert Hensley rounds out your running order. Jake Raven on the pole. Congratulations to him. Getting ready for the green flag here at the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series Daytona 80. So if I butcher some people's names, I apologize ahead of time. I did not get a chance to practice some of their names. I'm just a little hillbilly from West Virginia, so you got to deal with my hillbilly slang. I apologize ahead of time. It's pretty cool to see the number 37 car, Liquid Death, on the pole. For the first time, I think, in Jake's career here in PRA. And we're getting ready for the green flag to wave. Green flag at Daytona International Raceway. We are underway for the second season of the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series here, presented by PRA. Thomas Coonan is going to quickly jump down. Oh, there's already a spin. The number 3 car is on the inside. Chucky Walden. There's a caution. There's already a big one. We haven't even made it to turn number 2. All right. Well, I will rewind that in just a moment. So let's go back to... Let's see this first and foremost. Matthew Bird got a 1X. He got into Chucky Walden, which spun him off the track. And then there was some more going, oh man. All right, so we're gonna look at, pause this, go here, let's get a better view of that. Play, here we go. the 13. I don't know what happened to the 13 there. Let's move it. Let's rewind it back. We're gonna watch from his perspective here. The 8 moves up, the 13 moves up, and the 56 gets into the bumper. There we go. 56 gets into the bumper of the 13, which causes him to go into the 23. And then behind them is Calamity. Let's go back. Come on. Let's look at this one. Yeah, there we go. That's the one I wanted to look at. Caleb Weimer gets into him. Yeah, and it's just a pile up after that. So, let's pause that. Let's go back here. Let's pause that. Go this perspective. Rewind it a little bit. So here we go into turn number 1. The number 3 car gets spun right on turn number 1. And then all calamity takes place. It's almost a big one. Right here. About 6 cars are involved. Right off the bat, Cody Johnson, Caleb Weimer, Tad Granger, William Bowman, Aaron Fontaine, Joffrin Elkins, Cody Thorne, Mark Radowski, Garrett Hubbard, and Joe Robert all are in that first incident before they even made it around the first turn of the race. That is unfortunate for them. We're going live. Good news for Jake Raven. He gets to lead some laps, even if they are under caution. So now your lineup for the next startup will be Jake Raven, Thomas Coonan, Don Schlim. I apologize. I'm getting a notepad up. Don't even worry about it. I gotta keep track of this. Alrighty. Well, that really puts a damper to the start of the race. Aaron Fontaine, our in-race reporter, was in that incident. Aaron, what are your thoughts on that?
I really had any idea what happened, honestly. Tried to shove it in a hole that apparently was closing.
Yeah, there was some bumper action going on going into turn number 1 in a couple of places. So, yeah, it's a little bit early for that.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think it was a hole that was closing. I thought it was good enough to go 3 wide, and apparently it wasn't, so...
Yeah. Well, I've seen another incident just take place. I'm going to let you focus, and I'm going to see what happened. All right, buddy?
Alrighty.
All right, so I've seen something else take place there. There's 1 lap to green. I don't know what happened there. I've seen somebody get spun under caution. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Maybe I thought I saw it. All right, they're going green this time by. Going to be lap 5 of this race. So far, Jake Raven has led every lap. Probably not the way he wants to lead the race, but you know what? Lead laps are bonus points here. Green flag. Single file this time. And there's already an incident. Strung out. We got the top two pulling away for now. Jake Raven and Thomas Coonan. Don Schlim Jr. is in third with Derek Prater behind him. I wanted to add that Jerry Hendrickson is the only car in the field that is representing Jacob Schneider Racing tonight. Jake Raven leading this field so far. Third place is caught back up. Single file. There's 35 cars in this field. Absolutely insane. There's a 1X. Don't know what was going on there, but Caleb Weimer got a black flag. Jake Raven leading this race so far, every lap. It is hard to pass on this version of Daytona. To get a pass, we saw this last season. You have to get a run. You got to get a bunch of people behind you. You got to get pushed to the front, and that's hard to do in these cars on this track. The combination is difficult because this track's bumpy. So far, so good. We had that early incident with everybody starting double file, but it seems that on the on the restart here, everybody being single file helped. There's the McDonald's car coming out on the field. Go back to our leaders. We're going to go through the field here while we're all single file. You got Jake Raven in first, Thomas Coonan in second, Don Schlim in third, Schlim, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Derek Prater in fourth, David Nannon in fifth, Randy Poling in sixth, Nick Parrott in seventh, Jerry Hendrickson in eighth, Ian Jesus in ninth, Matthew Bird in 10th. We got a little wiggle going on right there. Kevin Boley in 11th. Devin Wallen in 12th. Nicholas Sekersky in 13th. Bryce Patterson in 14th. Joey Kuba in 15th. William Bowman in 16th. Rodney Roberts in 17th. Cody Johnson in 18th. Daniel Blanco in the Grid Finder car in 19th. Ted Newman in 20th. Eric Hubbard in 21st. Chucky Wall in 22nd. Corey Lockie in 23rd. J.D. Biddle in 24th. Tad Granger, 25th. Riley Frost, 26th. Joe Robert, 27th. Aaron Fontaine, actually is 32nd. Oh, sorry. AJ Bradenberg is 28th. Jason Cardwell in 29th. Mark Radowski Robert Hensley in 30th. Sorry. 31st, Cody Thorne. 32nd, Aaron Fontaine. 33rd, Mark Radowski. And 34th, is Joffrin Elkins. And it looks like Caleb Weimer is coming out of the pits again in 35th. Jake Raven, still your leader as we went through the entire field. 35 cars here at the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series, presented by PRA. This is our highest recorded roster ever in this league. We're so happy to have everybody here. I hope everybody enjoys themselves. I know that people could get heated. I know that when you're racing, it can get real frustrating sometimes if the race doesn't go your way or someone just rubs you the wrong way. But I'm here to tell you, we try our best to make everything fair here in PRA. We don't play favorites, even though we have people that have been here for 5, 6, 7 years. We don't play favorites with them. Jake Raven's been with us for about 4 years now, 3 years. We don't play favorites. But we love those that keep coming back and keep enjoying the competition here in PRA. We have multiple leagues. There is an incident. Let me check it out. Ian Jesus just crashed into the caution. Matthew Bird is involved. All right, we're going to watch this back. Let's see what happened. Oh, Matthew gave him a little bit too much bumper. That's the second time this race that he's given too much bumper to someone. The first one was Chucky Walden, which spun him on the first turn. I'm not speaking ill of Matthew because he's a pretty clean driver. It's just the nature of the beast here with Daytona. And Ian, man, he hits that banking and just slams the outside wall. I think the banking slowed him down enough that the outside wall didn't do as much damage as it could have. Well, let's watch that again from full speed. Oh my gosh. Nobody else got involved. That is amazing. That is amazing that Ian kept his car up on the wall, kept it out of everybody's way so that there wasn't more involved. We're going to watch that from a really hard perspective. There's nothing Ian could have done. He let off because the cars in front of him did, and that just sent him all the way into the wall. He didn't hit the outside wall as hard as he could have. Man, he hit that a ton. We're going to watch that one more time. Let's rewind that one more time and see it again from this perspective. He gets turned going into turn number 1. Or is that turn number 3? I'm sorry. Man, he hits that. The banking really slowed him down before he hit the wall. My wife's having fun here. It's a good thing I don't have a webcam. And they're coming down pit road. Let's see who makes it off, because this is going to determine who's going to lead the next portion of this race. Daniel Blanco did not pit, so he's going to come out first. Raven beats him out. Looks like he just took... I don't think he took tires. I think he just took fuel. Blanco is going to be the leader now. Yeah, we got 35 cars in the field. So let's get the picture here on Daniel Blanco, who is our leader. He's going to lead his first lap of the race of the season, getting 5 bonus points. I think it's Ian Jesus, but I am sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, buddy. You can message me privately and tell me how to pronounce it. So we're getting ready for another green flag stint. That was a pretty good one. That was about 12 laps. One lap to green. The lights are off on the pace car. Daniel Blanco leads this race. Want to give a little throwback to last season. Last season, Daniel Blanco led a lot of laps right here at Daytona. And he had that heartbreaker on the last lap. He got crashed. I was just checking the chats because we're live on Twitch as well as YouTube on PRA's Twitch and YouTube this week. Next week, we'll be live on Gridfinder's YouTube and PRA's Twitch. So we'll make sure that those that watch our YouTube, we will have a video upload after the race. But you'll see us live on Gridfinder's YouTube next week. And this Grid Finder car is the leader now. You can look at it there, gridfinder.com/C/Prodigy Racing Association. That's how you can join us on Grid Finder. Here we go. Getting ready to go green. Green flag here at Daytona International Raceway once again. There's a little bit of weaving back and forth. Garrett covered there in the second position. We do have, it looks like Thomas Coonan on the outside. They're in ninth. Looking out from behind Daniel Blanco in the Grid Finder car. This is something you can't do in real racing. Looks like there was another 4X. Caleb Weimer and Aaron Fontaine got involved in something. There's another one. There's a 2X. There's a crash. The 94 car has crashed. Daniel Blanco is the leader. He has now led 3 laps. Jake Raven was the former leader and pole sitter of this race. He is now 4th. The top 3 did not pit during that caution. Pat Granger has pitted previously in the number 8. Jake Raven. So for some reason the graphics are not loading on my scoreboard, and I apologize for that. The numbers are, but the graphics of their cars are not, so I apologize. And we got a slow car up here in front of the leaders. It's Joffrin Elkins. This could cause an incident if he doesn't stay put, because he's got about 20 cars coming up on him right now. 14 cars total in that first pack. They're all going to move to the outside past him. They have a whole lot more momentum. It's going to have to be an outside pass. That outside line can get a little bit squirrely. This is an opportunity for some of them that are trying to make a pass while the lap car's on the inside. Last season, the Grid Finder car led a lot of laps here at Daytona. Is he going to lead some again? Is he going to lead the most again like he did last season? Last season he got the heartbreaker right at the end. Last lap crash took him out. Jacob Schneider was able to pass and get the win. Jacob Schneider's not in this field. Neither is Landon Lacey, so anybody's game. Looks like J.D. Biddle is having some internet troubles because I've seen him blink 3 times in a row. J.D. was a staple from last season. He only missed 1 race, I think. Joffrin Elkins has entered the pits, and oh, he's into the grass. Single file right now. This is kind of the rhythm of this race. They still have 59 laps to go, going on 58 this time by. The Grid Finder car is in the lead. Sunoco, number 95 of Garrett Hubbard, is in second. The Budweiser, number 8 of Chad Granger, is in third. Jake Raven in the Liquid Death car is in fourth. I don't know all the sponsors for everybody, so I apologize if I don't get them all right. But the 02 Budweiser car is in 5th. That's Don Schlim Jr. Don Schlim. I hope I'm not butchering your name. I apologize. David Nannon in the number 21 is in 6th. Going through the field. You got Nick Parrott in 7th in the Goodwrench car in the Silver Bullet. That's one of Dale Earnhardt's best paint schemes, in my opinion. He is getting passed on the outside by the Napa car that looks very similar to Michael Walker's car that won in 2003. That's Ted Newman in the 88 Napa car. He's got Thomas Coonan on his bumper and Matthew Bird on him. They're forming a second line coming on the outside. I think that's the Sunset Bend car of Derek Prater. Give him some time here because they deserve it. There's an incident. 2X. There, JD Biddle, Cody Johnson, Riley Frost. Oh my gosh! Riley, number 98, that's Cody Thorne. He is destroyed. What happened there? Let's go look at that. He just drives it into the inside wall. I don't know what that was all about. There's another 2X. Let's see what happened. Oh, that was the 80. Oh man, the 83 got turned to the inside. Saying that the sound of the cars are louder than me. I'm sorry. Let's hope that fixes it. There was a lot of incidents right there. We're gonna watch this one of Cody Johnson and Riley Frost. Oh, that wasn't Riley Frost. That was Cody Thorne. Oh, that's the end of Cody Johnson's day. JD Biddle's destroyed. Cody Thorne was involved in that. Let's see what happens. Let's go back again. He was in this one. He lifted the back end of that car up. And then he just sends it to the inside wall, I guess, after that, and says it's over. So he's out of the race. And we have a new leader. Don Schleem is the leader. I don't know how he got the pass. I'm sorry for missing that. There was a lot of incidents right there. David Dannon, Derek Prater, Nick Parrott. He's on the apron. Lot going on. No caution for that. Most of the cars went off the track and were not in harm's way. So iRacing doesn't throw a caution for that. So a lot of times if there's cars stopped on the track, we do have the right as officials to throw a caution if it's necessary. But we do have in-race directors right now, so they'll take care of that. Don Schleem has taken the lead. I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry. Don Schleem. Don Jr. I'm just going to call you Don Jr. until I learn how to say your last name. I don't want to be butchering it and making everybody make fun of me. And right now, Thomas Coonan's on the outside to try to take the lead from Don Jr. And he's going to have the lead for now, coming to the start-finish line. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be Thomas Coonan at the line. He has led a lap this season. Last season, he had an epic battle with Jacob Schneider at Atlanta in the Biffle cars. It was one of the best races all season long. The number 50 of Aaron Fontaine is now pulling off down to the apron to let everybody pass. The field is thinning down a little bit with the incidents. That is to be expected. We do have a 2x2x2 going in the top 8. The outside line got enough power. Matthew Bird is on the bumper of Thomas Coonan. We've already seen him get too much on the bumper, and there's, the 88 was on the bumper of Jerry Hendrickson, or the 95. I don't know. I think it's the 88. Oh, some evasive maneuvers going on right now. We got a Budweiser car on the inside. We got Thomas Coonan on the outside. I don't know if that's Revline. I don't know what his sponsor is. I apologize. Moza is the sponsor of Matthew Bird. Matthew's going to try to take that number 9 to the outside. He's going to lead that lap. He led that lap. JD Biddle is up against the wall. He's going to let the pack pass him. Oh, there's a 41 spinning. He catches it. He's on the inside, middle. He's in the middle, 3 wide. That's Devin Wallen. What a save. I just have to say that was an amazing save. He gets down in front of Garrick Hubbard. Now the double file racing has ended, and now we've got single file again. Jerry Hendrickson is in second behind Matthew Bird. Hendrickson led a few laps last season in one of the best races of the season also with Jacob Schneider. He ended up not winning the race, but he also landed a team spot with Jacob Schneider Racing with the way he handled himself, and he got himself a new team. Didn't have a team before that, so congratulations to him. Really nice to see a good guy like that get a good ride. Thomas Coonan's going to try to get the draft off of the lap car. The 46 of Joffrey Elkins. Oh no! Thomas Coonan's in the wall! That is very unfortunate for Thomas. Let's watch that back. Let's watch that back. Oh, he gets tagged by he was trying to get down. Wow, there was just not enough room for Thomas to get down on the inside there. Let's watch that back one more time. We're going to watch it from this view. Right here. You can see the 88's already committed. The 18 doesn't think he's there, but it's still almost a good save. If it wasn't for the 46 being right there, oh, Thomas could have saved that. The 46, the lap car, was right there at the wrong time, man. That is unfortunate for Thomas. He had a good race going. But we got a race to watch. We got some people going to the pits. His race is not over. Thomas's race is not over. There could be a caution at any moment, and it could get him right back into this. So right now, Matthew Bird has the lead. Jerry Hendrickson is behind him. The 98 of Ted Newman. The 88, I'm sorry. 88 of Ted Newman is on the outside. And there's a spin. The 41's around. It's Devin Wallen. It is a caution. Exactly what Thomas Coonan needed. Big crash. Big crash. There was a car sideways. Wow. All right, so we'll have to watch this back. Here's what happens. Let's get a better view of that. Let's get a better view of that. We've had a few of these moments here. The 41 doesn't have enough room, and Derek didn't do anything wrong there. So the 41, Devin Wallen, he just doesn't have enough room and tries to squeeze it down in front of Derek. Doesn't get enough. Spins it around, and I'm sure there's more involved. Yep, JD Biddle's race is over now, probably. And there's more cars coming. More crashing happening. People driving like crazy coming. Oh my gosh, what a crash. There's a caution out, and people are going full speed into this wreck. Wow. So let's see this one. He gets a 1X, but I mean, he's going down to the grass to miss the craziness. But here's what happens. This car's going around. JD Biddle's in the wrong place at the wrong time. The car's coming back down right on him. JD's Biddle's race. He's already had a fast repair once. So I'm sure that's the end of his race. And then we have some more that come into it. So caution's already out at this point. And we have cars still going the full speed right into the wreck. Yeah, I mean, you don't expect to come around the corner and there's a car sideways on the track. I get it. So, and then the 83 this is after everything's already done. The 83 just kills the 00. There was plenty of time to slow down before that happened. So, unfortunately, JD Biddle gets another 1X. He's actually still in the race. Oh, he's going to tow. Okay. Yep, that's what he goes in here and he tows. All right, there's a lot of black flags going out. That is unfortunate. Makes me sad to see it because that was a good race going. That was the big one. Number 2, basically. That's the biggest wreck we've had so far. And that affected the most cars so far. "43 laps to go in this race. Thomas Coonan got a break. I don't know. Is he on the lead lap? He is on the lead lap. He got a break. He got a fast repair. I even said that if he gets a caution, he can get back in this race. So, started 3rd in this race. Is currently 22nd, but he's on the lead lap. He's fast enough. He can get through the field. So it looks like right now Ted Newman is going to assume the lead. It doesn't have him on the grid like that yet because the grid is frozen from the time the caution comes out. But whenever it goes 1 degree, you'll see the graphic on the screen change. But here's what they look like right before going to caution. Matthew Bird was in the lead. Jerry Hendricks in 2nd. Don Jr. in 3rd. Tad Granger in 4th. But when we go 1 to green, you will see the tree update. You'll see who is actually in the lead, which is Ted Newman. There it is. Ted Newman, Daniel Blanco. Matthew Bird's now 3rd. Don Jr. 4th. Nicholas Sekersky in 5th. Derek Prater in 6th. Tad Granger in 7th. Randy Poling in 9th. Jake Raven, the pole sitter, in 9th. I'm sorry, Randy Poling in 10th. 8th. I am sorry. I am not all here. Jake Craven 9th. Jerry Hendricks in 10th. William Bowman in 11th. Kevin Boley in 12th. Riley Frost 13th. Corey Lockey in 14th. Chucky Walden 15th. AJ Bradenberg in 16th. Joe Robert 17th. Jason Cardwell in 18th. Ian Jesus in 19th. Bryce Patterson rounds out your top 20. There are still 33 cars in the field right now. So that's pretty cool. 33 cars are still in the field. We started with 35. We have 42 laps to go. We'll have 41 to go at the line. I do have a couple people I want to bring into the booth with me on the next caution. See what their thoughts on the race are so far. Gonna go green flag racing this time by. Pace car's gonna pull off. Here we go, green flag. Ted Newman leads them to the green. So we've had 3 cautions so far in this race. That last one was the big one. '41 car is on the inside. Watch out. They are double file. This is how they switched it up last time. Daniel Blanco, so far, when he goes across the line this time, he has the most laps led in this race at 13 laps led. Jake Raven, who has 12, is down in 7th right now. He's on the outside line, that 3rd car back. That is your pole sitter. No one has ever won from the pole here at Daytona. They're wiggling and they're scooting around a little bit. This is pretty awesome to see. 13 cars all right there in the first pack. And Ted Newman will lead that lap. No, Blanco did. I'm sorry. Blanco led that lap. Jacob Schneider is in the chat watching. We have an incident. Trying to keep my eye on what's going on here, but let's see what happened. There's a 4X. Oh, the 78 gets sent straight into the outside wall by Chucky Walden. Man. 25 cars, 24, 23 will be on the lead lap at this point. Let's go back live. They are all catching the lap car of Joffrey Elkins again. Last time, that's what caused Thomas Coonan to get crashed. And there's a caution. What caused the caution? I don't know what caused the caution, so I'm going to see. Is it the wreck that took place? Let's go back again. Maybe there was a car stopped on the track. Let's see. The 78 gets a furrowed black flag here, so maybe it was that. I don't know. I'm just trying to see what actually took place here. Okay. The incident on the backstretch was the cause of the caution, so it was a manual flag. So that's good to know. All right, yep, so the call was reviewed, and that's why there was a caution delayed there. So that's caution number 4, I think. Just want to reiterate that last season we went 3 full races, green flag. But I will say we did have far fewer cars in the field. So, you know, you got to expect 35 cars. Everybody's at various different skill ranges. You know, this is going to happen. I hope people are not discouraged by this. I know that I've seen a couple in the chat that are already frustrated. It comes with the territory of getting a whole new roster. So I'm thankful we have the cars on the field. In the field, that gives us more to talk about on the live stream. It's more exciting for the drivers when they have more people to race against. So I have no problem with it. We just have to understand that even in NASCAR, even in the top sport of oval racing in the United States, they have this many cautions. I mean, it just happens. So you can't expect everybody to be professional all the time. But with that being said, we tried our best here at PRA to not be toxic about it. So we try to have fun. We're a family first. So, you know, I hope that people will stay, and we'll see this big of a grid the entire season. That excites me. Just remember that everybody's at different skill ranges. So, you know, if I was out there, I'd be causing a lot more cautions. So y'all be glad that I'm not the one out there racing. Want to shout out to Jacob Schneider Racing. He's one of our co-sponsors for the league. Thank you for everything you've done so far for PRA, and good luck in your endeavors as well. Thank you to Grid Finder for partnering with us for this series, and for your service. The Grid Finder service. I want to talk about that for a minute while we have a break here. We got 1 to green. We're on the backstretch, so we got a little bit of time. The Grid Finder service, if you are a sim racer or arcade racer or even Mario Kart racer, you can find a lot of stuff on Grid Finder. And so they have the Grid Finder bot for Discord, and it is in the works to integrate a whole lot more into Discord. So look forward to that. We're trying our best to make onboarding as easy as it possibly can be, joining a league. And so want to thank Grid Finder for all that. And we also use Sim Racer Hub for all our stats in iRacing. So thank you for them as well for all they do for iRacing. I'm going to give a shout out to Vision Corsa, the sponsor of our IndyCar series. Vision Corsa, look them up, visioncorsa.com. Daniel is a great guy. I just want to say that. I had a lot more to say, but it's almost time for the green flag. So I apologize. Green flag, here we go. Ted Newman leads them to the green again. There's another incident. There's some slow cars back here that are having to go down to the inside. Probably due to the incident that took place. Garrick Hubbard got a black flag, but he got cleared, okay. Thomas Coonan's back here with all them. Daniel Blanco, Ted Newman leading this field. Don Jr. in third. That silver 24 is an interesting chrome, all chrome paint scheme. Makes it hard to see the number, but you can see it barely. Derek Prater in the Sunset Bend car is down on the inside. He got a little bit below the yellow line. So he tucked it back in, I think. He was forced down there, so we'll see. Top four cars are in the front on the inside, and then the outside line is trying to come back. You got Jerry Hendrickson and Matthew Bird on the outside, two powerhouses, and behind them is none other than Riley Frost. Good to see him doing good here. His last season's super late model champion. Has been runner-up a couple times. Oh, he got loose on the outside there. That's going to allow the 16 to make a run to the middle. Wow, what a pass. Joe Robert makes an amazing pass through the middle to the outside in the iRacing car. Riley Frost had a 2X. Caleb Weimer is down in the grass again. And he stops it. And he tows it. I think there's a rule against that. I think there's a rule against towing during green flag racing. But I don't remember. I'm not the official, thank goodness. I'm just here to have a good time and talk about what I see on this screen. And right now it's 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. The top 8, 9, 10 cars, including all the way back to 13th, 14th place, are all in this top group. Sorry. Jake Raven just set a personal best, and he's in 14th. What's crazy is, here's what 14th looks like. Dude, from last season to this season, we had, I think, 15 cars in the race, entire race, last season. So this was almost last place last season. Think about that, guys. We have come a long way. Just riding on board with our pole sitter, Jake Raven. He's going to go to the outside line. He's getting the draft off of Riley Frost. This is exciting stuff right here. All the top 14 cars are right here together. And there's a second group of cars back there. There's a blinker. It's Matthew Bird. And there's a crasher. The 28 is crashing. There's more crashing. Jake Raven's involved. Randy Poling, Tad Granger, William Bowman, Jake Raven, Joe Robert, Kevin Boley, all are involved. Let's see it live. The 8 and the 28 they got screwed up there. 23 went straight to the outside wall. That is terrible for him. That's William Bowman. We're going to see it from Jake Raven's perspective. Pause it. We're going to ride on board with Jake Raven. Here's right on board with Jake Raven. Here we go. Oh my goodness. He didn't get too much. He didn't get too much damage. He just made contact a little bit with them. Man. That is terrible for William Bowman. He was doing so good. We're gonna watch it from his perspective. We're gonna watch it from the far chase. The 28 just gets turned into the outside wall. Oh man. Randy Poling. Here's what it looks like when someone gives you too much of a push. Lifts his back tires off the ground, and I mean, there's really nowhere you can go at that point. So let's look at this again. Go from this view. I'm going to watch it in slow motion. The 8 is not lined up with the back bumper of the 28. Lifts the back tires off the ground. There's no way you can control that. The 23 gets right in front of Raven there. 16 gets spun to the inside. It is super speedway racing at its finest right there. I mean, honestly, the closing rate in these cars, as fast as they can catch up to each other, it's just boom, like that. I mean, that was the view we were watching live. We're going to watch it from this perspective. Rewind it a little bit. So you can see closing rate. Oh, he was off the throttle. I mean, it was the closing rate, man. There's no way you can. That's super speedway racing at its finest. We're going to watch that one more time. From the outsider perspective, it looks pretty bad. But when you actually, let's go one more time to the cockpit. Let's rewind it so that you can see. Yeah, I mean, it just lifts him off the ground. There's nothing you can do when you're Randy Poling in that situation. And we go back live here. It looks like, is David Nannon the leader? Am I seeing things? Yeah. David Nannon is... No, he's not. Okay. I don't know why the grid is all messed up right now, but it does not show me who the leader is. It's about to, I think. David Nannon is the leader. All right. He's going to lead his first laps of the season. It might even be his first lap sled of his career here in the Nostalgia Series. I will confirm that, actually. Yeah, that is the first lap lead of David Nannon's career in the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series. Congratulations to him on that. And he hasn't, that's actually his first lap lead of his PRA career entirely. So let's give him a round of applause. He went all last season doing well in some of the races and getting some bad luck near the end of them. So maybe his luck will turn around here. We'll see him lead some laps here. Here we go. Green flag racing. David Nannon leads them. So we got a couple of them on the outside. That's Jake Raven and Thomas Coonan. Excuse me. See the grid finder car of Daniel Blanco down on the inside of that second group. The first group is the first 5 here, and they're trying to pull away. Joe Robert got spun out in that last incident, and he's right there in the top group. Here they come into turn number 1. David Nannon leading. He has now led 3 laps in his PRA career. There's an outside line brewing. Back there at about 7th, 8th. The 8 car is going to go way up. Don't know what that's about. They got 2 Bud cars back to back here, 2nd and 3rd. Don Jr. and Tad Granger. David Nannon is down right on that yellow line, just trying to hold that position. He wants to lead the next 22 laps, I'm sure. And that payday car, the 21 car, always reminds me of the Wood brothers, but his number 21 reminds me more of Kevin Harvick's number when he ran the Busch Series a little bit. And there's an incident. Oh, it's Jake Raven, Nicholas Sikorsky. Oh, man. There's a wheel on the track. Caution. Has Jake Raven taken a fast repair? No, he has not. Let's watch it back. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna have to watch that again. Let's watch it from a different perspective. Slow motion. Here we go. Looks like Corey Lockey and Joffrey Elkins also got involved in an incident. We'll see what happened there too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to watch it again. So we're going to watch it from this rear chase. No, we're not. We're going to do it from this far chase. We're going to rewind it a little bit and then play. Is he up on his bumper? Yeah, he's up on Jake's bumper. Yeah, that's what happened. All right, now I know what happened. Nicholas was all the way up on Jake's bumper going into turn number 3. And it lifted the tires off the track. I mean, that's what these cars were bad about in real life. Let's see if I can get a good angle. Yeah, I mean, he was all over the bumper. He was pushing and shoving. You can't really push going into the corner. You can push a little bit on the straights if you're lined up correctly, but going into the corner, it is rough. So yeah, that is unfortunate. For both involved. But we're going to rewind that one more time. We're going to watch it from the cockpit view of Nicholas Sikorsky. He's all up on him. Right here is where he should have let off before going into the corner, because you can't push in the corner in these cars. That sucks. But the race must go on. Now Jake Raven is scored in 17th, I do believe. Yep. And he's taking a fast repair. But now he's got to line up all the way back behind all the lap cars and stuff, which is going to be hard, but he's got to hope that he can have some sunlight through all the incidents that might occur, because guess what? There's only 19 laps to go when they come to the line. And here we go. David Nannon is going to lead him to the line again. Green flag is in the air. Now. David gets a good jump on second, but that's not what you really want to do on the super speedway. The field has dwindled down a whole lot. We went from 35 cars to the beginning of this race to now about 27 cars in the field. 28. Listen, 28 cars left in the race with 19 laps to go. I know there's been quite a few incidents. But you know what? Everybody's staying here for the most part, and I love it. Thomas Coonan is taking the outside line with Riley Frost on his bumper, and he's going to take the lead with 18 laps to go. That outside line is powerful when it gets enough cars out there to push. What does David Nannon do at this point? Does the Sunset Bend guys get together to try to push back? There's another incident. Bryce Patterson was involved. Joffrey Elkins was involved. And there's more. There's 2X's everywhere. There's a meatball flag for Tad Granger. What took place? Let's see. Oh my gosh. What in the world was that? What in the world? Oh, he just got up underneath the other car. Wow, that is unfortunate. That looked like a netcode incident. And he's out. That's it. That's the end of his race. He went up all the way up inside the other car, which destroyed his wheel, and he went straight to the outside wall. And he already had a fast repair, so that was it for him. We got the inside line led by, well, now it's Joe Robert. It was Daniel Blanco, but Joe Robert pulls down to the inside. Now they're all getting back up with everybody else. Let's show the whole field here. We still have 10 cars in this front field. Unfortunately, Jake Raven is in 22nd at this point. That is unfortunate. 21st. After getting the pole and leading the first part of this race and then getting involved in an incident, he's stuck back there at 22nd, 21st. Thomas Coonan has the lead when it matters the most. 15 laps to go here at the Daytona 80. That's what I'm calling it. The Grid Finder 80. Oh, and there's an incident. It's David Nannon. David Nannon saves it. He saves it. Holy moly, he saves it. But that's not good for him now, though, but because he's already lost all that momentum. What a save, though. Wow. David Nannon gets a black flag for what? What's David Nannon's black flag for? Yeah, I mean, he got spun to the inside. Why did he get a black flag for that? Sorry, trying to take care of something. There we go. His black flag was cleared. All right, that was resolved. Cool. Sorry, I had to take care of that. I didn't want to see someone get disqualified because it got spun to the inside. That was not his fault. All right, we got a race. We have a race up here. I got to get focused. We got 11 laps to go this time by. Ian Jesus gets an incident. He's going to the pits. Okay. All right, so Thomas Coonan leads this race. Daniel Blanco is in a familiar place last season. He found himself in the lead with a few laps to go. He led most laps last season. He was on the course to winning this race on the final lap, on the final corners, and gets crashed, and Jacob Schneider takes the win. What will take place here with 10 laps to go next time by? Lap 70, going on lap 71. We have 3 cars up here. Everybody's kind of single filed out. The first 5 cars are kind of together. The 88 of Ted Newman is trying the outside line. He's trying to make a run. He's going to have enough momentum. He's going to be on the outside of Daniel Blanco. Is he going to have enough help on the outside? All the cars went to the inside, left him out there, hung out to dry. Nobody's going to help him on the outside. Thomas Kuhn and Daniel Blanco, AJ Brandenburg. We have an incident. Joey Kuba. 2X. There's a car sideways. It's Aaron Fontaine. Is that going to be a caution? He gets it going, so I don't know if they're going to throw a caution for that. We have the silver car. His wheel is completely cocked to the left. All right, so these first 7 cars are in the running for this season's Grid Finder 80 at Daytona. It's 10:30 Eastern Time. These guys are sweating bullets right now. The 4 car is going to come to the outside. He's going to weave back in. That's not safe. This is the race for the win. This is the most prestigious race of the season. 35 entries in this race. Jake Raven took the pole, but who will come victorious? Will it be Thomas Kuhn becoming victorious for the first time in the Nostalgia Series? Or will Daniel Blanco punch his ticket in as a victor? Or will one of these new guys like AJ Brandenburg or Jason Cardwell get it? Even Ted Newman has a shot at this moment. 7 laps to go. Coming down to turn number 2, coming back to the back stretch, the long back stretch. The first 7 cars have broke away from the field, led by Thomas Kuhn. Nobody's giving an inch. This is where the rubber meets the road. Who's going to be the one who marks their name as victorious in PRA? Thomas Kuhn has won a few races in PRA. Obviously, Riley Frost has won a few races. Obviously, Matthew Bird has won a few races. But there's some of these guys that have never won a race in PRA. Daniel Blanco has won in the Sunset Bend Street Stock Series. I think he's actually won the IndyCar race too. I don't know if it was an official one. Daniel Blanco is not lifting. He's staying right on Thomas Kuhn's bumper. All the way down to the start finish line. They will see 5 laps to go in this race. Matthew Bird has lost the draft. Is he going to catch back up though? You got Ted Newman, Matthew Bird kind of straggling back there. They're hoping that there's going to be some side-by-side racing in front of them that allow them to catch back up, and that looks like they're going to catch back up a little bit here. They still got 5 laps to get the momentum back. Ted Newman can get all the momentum and come back and slingshot. But I think he's losing the draft entirely at this point. Thomas Coonan leads them to turn number 3. Coming into turn number 4. On to the tri-oval. 4 laps to go this time by. Oh man, that was a scary move. The 76 and the 10 almost had an incident there. We see how fast, when you lose the draft, how fast you fall back. That is crazy. Ted Newman's already 4 seconds back. And he's in the clutches of the other group, and he's falling back from them. You can see it here. He's going to have to, I don't know what happened, if he took damage or what. So now we have 6 cars, 3 laps to go. 6 cars, unless there's a caution from now until the white flag. These are the 6 cars that are racing for their first victory of the season. Some of them the first victory of their careers. There's several first series victories that could be had right here. Matthew Bird, the overall short track league champion last season, lining up in 6th place right behind this whole group here. We're going to stay locked on them. 2 laps to go this time by. Matthew Bird tried to move on the outside, but there's nothing there. There's a slow car in front of them. This could be the strategic move. There are 3 slow cars. They're coming up on really fast. There is an incident. Ted Newman and Derek Prater. Oh no, there's a crash. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Riley Frost was involved. That is unfortunate. I looked away to see what was going on. And so here's what happened. The 00 moved up. The 00 moved up right when they were coming. Let's go to Riley Frost's perspective. He's just driving, trying to maintain, and then, I mean, yeah, the 00 comes up. There's nowhere Riley could have went. Riley got the worst end of that deal, man. That is unfortunate. That sucks. Wow. And then there was another 2X. What happens here? Why was there another 2X? Did somebody else hit him? He's going to have to tow. He's on his side. Yep. That sucks for Riley Frost. Wow. I'm sad for him. I mean, it was turning out to be a really crazy end there, and they could have used those lap cars as strategy to try to make passes, and that's what was trying to take place. But you had a slow car on the inside that did not maintain their line, and so that is unfortunate. That is the 7th caution of the race, I think. I may have missed one, but I'm still happy that there's 28 cars in the field. So it's going to be a green white checker finish. It was getting ready to get really interesting. But now anything can happen. Anything can happen. These guys that were there at the end, it was all their race to win, all their race to lose. But now everybody gets to line back up. We'll have a green, and a white, and a checker to determine the winner of this first race of the season, the second season of the Nostalgia Series. Does Riley Frost lose a lap? I do believe he did. Yep, he's going to be scored in 21st. I hate it for him. There's nothing he could have done. I mean, he was down on the inside. Lap car was on the inside. The only thing, I mean, no, we don't expect people to just slow down and let people by. But we do expect people to maintain their line. So, you know, that happens sometimes. We knew when we was coming up on lap cars it was going to make it interesting. Well, it's definitely made it interesting now. Thomas Coonan did not want to see that caution, because now he's got to hold off the entire field one more time. Thomas Coonan has been denied wins many times here at PRA, and he's got the skill to win a lot. Just luck doesn't run his way sometimes. One lap to green. David Nannon is pitting. Okay, he got a black flag. Okay, so I don't know what happened. This is going to be interesting. I don't know. This is anybody's game at this point. In old NASCAR, under 10 laps to go, the lapped cars did not line up beside the leaders if there was a caution. Everybody lines up in one single line, so there won't be any lapped cars to the inside. And I don't know if there's any more green-white checker attempts. Yep, there's only one. So if another caution happens, that's it. That's the end of the race. All right, we're getting ready to go green flag racing one more time. This is it. This is the last restart of the race. 7 cautions. Thomas Coonan is in the lead. He has led 20 laps. He has led the most laps of this race. Nobody else can lead that many laps. So Thomas Coonan gets the bonus point for leading the most laps in this race. We're getting ready. Green flag. Here we go. One final time. Will they stay green all the way to the finish? And I don't think they will. That's it. That's the end of the race. The race is over. Cody Johnson and Ted Newman. Thomas Coonan wins this race under caution. Let's take a look. See what happened. Ted Newman just runs over top of Cody Johnson. Let's look at it from a different perspective. Slow motion. Yeah, Cody wasn't slowing down. He was maintaining his speed. Then all of a sudden, Ted just punches it right into him. And that is the end of the race. And what happened to Derek Prater? What happened to Derek Prater? Whoa! He just slammed it to the inside wall. Okay. Yep, so one more time. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I mean, Cody was behind the car as he was supposed to be. Ted just ran over top of him. That's how I call it on that. No offense to Ted or anything. He might be a nice guy. I don't have anything against him. But that's how I call it. And Thomas Coonan is going to win this race under caution. Ted Newman was black flagged. Well, that definitely ruins the end of that race. Thomas Coonan is your winner officially across the line. Daniel Blanco is second. AJ Brandenburg, Matthew Bird, Randy Poling, William Bowman, Kevin Boley, Joe Robert. Ted Newman is black flag. Jake Raven will be ninth, I guess. Jerry Hendrickson is in 11th. There's your top 10. There's 11th through 20th. I'm getting some people into the broadcast booth. And this is not a usual thing. 21st through 30th. Let's watch the burnouts. Thomas Coonan with the burnouts. Gets his first Nostalgia Series victory. All right. Thomas burning them down, baby. I'm going to pull in someone that's an in-race reporter. Hey, Riley Frost, you've been the in-race reporter, and I never got a chance to pull you in here. What's your thoughts on the race, bud? I really felt bad for you there at the end. Not hearing him. Oh, he left. All right, I'm just waiting for all the drivers to get in here. But I will put the leaderboard back up here. I will go through it now. Thomas Coonan first, Daniel Blanco second, AJ Brandenburg third, but Matthew Bird fourth, Randy Poling fifth, William Bowman sixth, Kevin Boley in seventh, Joe Robert eighth, Jake Raven comes in ninth, Jerry Hendrickson in 10th. 11th, Nicholas Sikorsky. 12th, Rodney Roberts. 13th, Joey Kuba. 14th, Corey Lockey. 15th, Jason Cardwell. 16th, Garrick Hubbard. 17th, Ted Newman. 18th, Cody Johnson. 19th, Riley Frost. 20th, David Nannon. 21st, Aaron Fontaine. 22nd, Derek Prater. 23rd, Bryce Patterson. 24th, Nick Parrott. 25th, Robert Hensley. 26th, Joffrey Elkins. 27th, Ian Jesus. 28th, Don Jr. 29th, Tad Granger. 30th, Caleb Weimer. 31st, Chucky Walden. 32nd, Devin Wallen. 33rd, J.D. Biddle. 34th, Cody Thorne. And the final car, 35th, Mark Rudowski. And I'm trying to find out who the number 4 is AJ in the chat. Okay. I'm just trying to get everybody in here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get second place in here before I was trying to get AJ in here, but I don't see him in the Discord. So Daniel Blanco, second place at Daytona. This is kind of reminiscent of last season, buddy.
Did I? I didn't finish second last season, did I?
You could have, but you got wrecked on the last lap.
Oh man, I was actually going to ask you. This might be my best finish in this series. I think
it is actually. You finished third several times.
It feels like my best finish in this series.
Right? Yeah. What are your thoughts on the race, buddy? That 8 cautions total, the final one to end the race. I mean, it turned out pretty good. 35 cars in the field. That's the most we've ever had in PRA.
Yeah, I heard you before the race mention that. Honestly, all things considered, I think that was a great race. I sort of anticipated possibly a bit worse just because we had a lot of new members. I think we maybe even had more new members than returning members. It was It was a very mixed grid. But honestly, to touch on what you just said, what did I think about the race? I loved it. I had a great time. I thought a lot of the people around me, for the most part, drove excellent, and I think that was a tough spot. For the lap cars to all be in. I just saw so many of them, and I thought, okay, like this is tough. I think we were coming to the white, and someone in third place, I think, got. I just really think a lap car got nervous there, or just hit a bump and moved up. It didn't look intentional, and just cleaned that guy out. And I can't argue it was a good call. Like the yellow was a good call. And then again, I don't even know what happened on the restart there, but to be that close to finishing it at pace, and then to have those back to back, it kind of kills the mood a little bit. But I had so much fun driving it that I'm not too upset. P2 feels good, but I think even if I was up there and maybe in the 8th, 10th, something like that, I still had a lot of fun, right? So,
absolutely.
Bittersweet.
Yeah, it was bittersweet for me too, because I was wanting to see a good finish. I was wanting to see a battle to the finish between you and Coonan. I figured that's what was about to take place there, both times actually. But the fate didn't go that way.
Yeah, no, that's too bad. I think with 15 to go there was a moment where I could have chosen top or bottom. I was running in third, and I realized it was Coonan on the outside, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll go with someone I know and I trust. And in the last 15 laps, I don't know if I've ever been that dialed in before, but like I was mirror driving and just measuring gaps and just making sure that I'm not letting anyone get too big of a run. And then if I saw a run coming, I would push right up to Coonan and try to keep us ahead and try to keep momentum up so I could kind of go back into the corner and break it again, once we all sort of got in tight to one another. So it was just like nonstop measuring runs. And then the last 5 laps, I was kind of trying to think like, like, all right, I'm going to try to back up to him. Cause I mean, if they go high, I'll stay with Coonan, but if they don't send anything, like I'm going for this, I'm going to dump Coonan at some point, but that would have been like a coming out of turn 4. I was just trying to plan it out without jeopardizing Coonan because we were working quite well together, right? So that was the last 15 laps for me. I don't know what it was like for you, but I'm sure it was. I couldn't even begin to answer, but that's what it was like for me in the last 15. It was intense, man. I loved it.
Yes, sir. It was intense watching it. There's 35 cars in the field, and we ended the race with still 26. So I mean.
Really?
I mean, that's more than we had all season last season, so I'm happy.
Isn't that great? That is great. I'm so pleased with race 1. I don't know how you feel. I'm sure we'll get into it at some point together off camera, but man, I had a blast. I loved the paint schemes. I loved the style driving. Honestly, I'm super happy with second place. Like that's pretty damn cool for me. Usually I suck at this kind of stuff. But yeah, man, thanks for the broadcast. I can't wait to watch it back. And yeah, have fun. Like Thomas did a great job, I think. Like Thomas was spearheading the high line. Like he's the one that kind of helped the high line kind of stay together the whole race. And then like once I saw him on the last caution there, like go to the top, and the inside just did not go. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go up there and see if I could make any moves, man. And I felt like an Earnhardt out there. So it was awesome, man. I'm all smiles after that.
Yes, sir. Well, this is the first race of the season. You're second in points going into the second season here. So,
oh yeah.
What are your thoughts on next week?
Oh man, I don't think I'll be anywhere near the top 5. I'll tell you, I burned tires up pretty quick, so I'm gonna have to work hard. I'm gonna have to practice a lot, I think, to get ready for Auto Club. I think you're gonna see the usual guys. Coonan won the preseason race there, and we have some talented guys in the field. So me personally, if I sniff around the top 5, I'm thrilled. So a top 10 for me would be a good, easy, like that's a great target. But there's so much you could do there. You could run the top and burn it up early if you want to make hay, but then you're going to have to, somehow find the balance and keep tires within play because it's probably going to go green. Our preseason race there was so good, right? So my thoughts going into it, keep it clean and learn how these guys save tires because I suck at doing that.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you help setting this up, and you got a lot of the guys in here that officiated the race and stuff. So really appreciate it, man. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for all your help, buddy. Yeah, the stewards did a great job. I appreciate all your help on the broadcast and everything you guys do to put everything into this. And I'm sure Thomas is waiting down there, so I'll let you get to him. But thank you guys. Thank PRA for putting it on and the partners who are helping us give prizes out throughout the season. I can't wait for the rest of this. I'm so excited it's finally here.
Yes, sir. And thank GridFinder for helping put this together.
Hell yeah, GridFinder. All right, good chat, buddy. Talk soon.
Talk soon.
Okay.
And next, we will talk to third place. As soon as I can get him moved down here, because Discord doesn't like it. AJ Brandenburg. Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on third place. How's it feel your first time here in PRA?
It's thanks, man. It feels good. It was hectic in the back, riding around trying to avoid everything, but we finally got up here. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, man. It was quite an attrition. There was 8 cautions. It was a lot to avoid going through the field. Give us some of your thoughts on it, man. If you could have went green flag racing there at the end, do you think you could have had something for Thomas Coonan?
I don't know. So Jason was behind me. If that would have played out different, we was planning on like waiting until the white flag and trying to go to the top and seeing. It really depends on if the 57 was going to stay with him or not. So I would have liked to have seen how it played out, but I guess we'll never know how that's how that could have ended. So
Yeah, it was disappointing from the booth here too. I was anticipating an exciting finish, but yeah, great showing for your first time here in PRA. What are your thoughts on Auto Club for next week?
I'm looking forward to it. Not my favorite track, but I think we'll be all right. Hopefully we can get a top 5 and go on.
All right. Well, you got any shout-outs you want to make? Sponsors that you want to talk about?
No, not really. Anybody wants to give me some money to shout them out, I'm open.
Absolutely. We say that here too. Well, buddy, it's good to have you. Congratulations on a 3rd place finish. You got your first podium in your first race ever, so it's a good start to season 2 here of the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series.
Yes, sir. Thanks, buddy.
Yep, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty.
And last but not least, we are getting ready to talk to the winner of this race. His name is Thomas Coonan. He has burned them down on the front stretch. Thomas Coonan, congratulations on your first Nostalgia Series victory.
Thank you. It was an awesome race to win it here at Daytona.
Yeah, so early on in the race, lap 33, you got involved in the incident with the lap car on the outside, and you got kind of shuffled out and hit the wall, so you had to use a fast repair early. So I'm sure you were a little frustrated there.
Absolutely, I was frustrated there. We were definitely had to come up with an alternative strategy. Luckily enough for me, there was enough people who actually next time by wanted to come down and pit, so it was a perfect opportunity to get some draft partners still and still salvage the run a little bit. And thankfully for a well-timed caution, I was able to come back through the field, even though it took a lot of work from me. I had to pick the right dance partners at the right time to get up to the front. And I'm glad to win it here in a tribute scheme of when I ran here in PRA first time in GT7.
Yes, sir. You want to make a shout out to anybody?
Absolutely. I'd like to shout out all my sponsors, True Grit Coatings, as they make some great flooring down in Florida. I would like to shout out Rev Limit Workshop. I would like to shout out THT Designs as well, as they both helped me with making some fantastic schemes, as you see the one tonight. And I also like to thank you, everyone at PRA, for organizing this event and making sure that we keep moving up in the world with various plans and stuff. I would like to also shout out you guys at Grid Finder for the fact that they put on an awesome league here, or an awesome series rather, in PRA. And I'd like to shout out for all my friends and family at home to support me through my iRacing career, as well as support me through ARCA.
Yes, sir. When this was a record-breaking race, we had 35 cars in the field. That's the most we've ever had. Before that was 32 in the very first race we ever did. And you were in that race at USA Speedway. But yeah, so with more cars equals more cautions, because, like I said on the broadcast, there's varying skill ranges. So what was it like out there with all the new guys? Because there was a whole new roster out there tonight than what we had last season.
Yeah, I definitely think it was more or less just testing the waters with a lot of the new guys. Because some of these guys I've never raced around. But when it came down to the end, I knew who I was going to pick and who I wasn't going to pick if it came down to it. And I knew I was able to keep it relatively cool and clean with Riley, Frost, and Daniel Blanco for the majority of that end portion there. It was definitely a pick and choose event out there with all the new drivers.
Yeah, and there was 8 cautions, and I'm sure you were so thankful to see that final caution.
Yeah, I mean, I am, but I'm not. As a racer, it's kind of one of the things, like, you'll take the win, but at the end of the day, you really wish you could win it the legit way, in a sense, and win it through actually racing the competition and not just lucking out with a caution. I would have preferred to actually race it and earn it. But, you know, I'll still take the win at the end of the day, as I still was leading at the end of the race before the caution. So, I mean, either way, I think I could have still won it, but I would have still, but at the end of the day, I would still prefer the race under green.
Yeah, I mean, Dale Earnhardt won his one and only Daytona 500 under caution. So, I mean, it happens, and nobody can take this victory away from you unless we find something illegal on your car afterwards.
Don't check under the hood.
Well, Thomas, congratulations, buddy. I'm so thankful that you got a win here. It's your first Grid Finder Nostalgia Series victory. Last season, you had several times you could have won, but you had Jacob Schneider in your head basically all last season. So he's not here this season, and you got a chance to win a championship. So you started the season right with that. So what's your thoughts on Auto Club for next week?
Auto Club is going to be a little different. I think it's going to be about choosing the correct lines and definitely choosing where you're going to run and how hard you're going to run. And the strategy, I think, will still come into play. I think with these cars specifically, a lot of strategy makes it come out with certain people up front and certain people in the back end. I think you just got to pick the right strategy and the right line and make sure you're not over pushing it. And if you do all those things right, you might come out with another win.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations once again. We're replaying your burnouts from earlier, and you are now a winner in the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series presented by PRA. Congrats, and we'll see you next week, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. And with that being said, that is all she wrote for tonight's race. That was an exciting event. 35 cars. We ended the night with Thomas Coonan winning the race. And so for Grid Finder and for PRA, I'm Justin Phoenix. We thank you all to all of our partners that have helped to get this going, and all the things that work behind the scenes. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week at Auto Club. So long.